Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. Okay, so I am doing this very old tarot tag and I believe the creator is a French creator and I think her name is Sonia. I'm hoping I'm remembering correctly. And the tag is hashtag one deck for each sign, and this is assigning a deck to each astrological sign. And I saw another person do this. This tag is at least 3 years old, maybe older. And I saw someone doing it the other day and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I had to do a couple things first, but yeah. So here we go. And we're going to do Western astrology, but I am going to throw a deck in here for Ophiucus, which is real sky. So, and I have this little book here, this little pocket astrological terms, which I will read to you each sign. Okay, so let's start with Aries, because Aries is where we start in the springtime. The first sign of the zodiac. It is a cardinal fire sign ruled by the planet Mars. Aries represents new beginnings, self-awareness, self-expression, and development in the aspirational and inspirational nature of an individual. The deck I chose for Aries is my copy of the first edition of Jonasa Jaus's The Stunning Tarot. And for several reasons. For one thing, I think this is a very dramatic deck. The suits we have for wands, witches, we have for the cups, this kind of Arabian Nights situation. Reds and yellows are very much used for pentacles. There is an Egyptian theme. Where's more pentacles? Here we go. And for swords, strangely, it's mermaids. And so part of the reason I chose this as the Aries deck, it's red, it's dramatic, it goes its own way. Okay, so just a few more, because this really is a really fun deck. I wish I had the long skinny one that she did later, that's more, to me, Jonasa Yausi, because of the long skinniness of it all. But I really do love the color palette in this edition, and I really like the backs, the splotchy backs. And I remember her doing the artwork for this and thinking, oh man, as soon as that comes out, I'm going to get that. And I didn't. Even though this is a first edition, I traded for this deck. But I was stoked when it became available. Or maybe someone gave it to me. Someone might have given it to me. But yeah, so my Aries is Jonasa Jaus's The Stunning Tarot. I love putting my bags down so that you can guess, if you know my collection, what's in the bag. You won't guess this one. So Taurus, the second sign of the zodiac, fixed earth sign ruled by the planet Venus. The sign Taurus represents security base. The individual is developing in this lifetime monies, investments, expression in physical form. I think of Taurus as kind of the beautiful people, or the people who enjoy comfort, right? So let's see what's in the bag. And it is the Ritual Tarot. And honestly, when I first saw this latest episode that I was watching of Zodiac Signs, I thought the first deck I thought of is Ritual is Taurus. And it's because Ritual does feel incredibly earthy to me. And it feels very beautiful and comfortable in its own beauty and solid and just earthy. This is an Earth Mother deck. I don't yet have the new Oracle, but I'm teetering, folks. I'm really teetering on the brink. You've got to stop me because I need to save my pennies for some other decks that are coming out this year that I really need to have, like the new Cracked Amethyst one, which is coming out in March. I wonder I'm not sure what she's going to call it. Maybe just a Jessica Bott Tarot? I'm not sure. But this is Tiera May's Ritual Tarot. And this is a first edition. I don't even have the good Lust card, but it makes no difference whatsoever to me. I love this deck. I bought this off a friend when she went to get the next edition, and I have never looked back. It is delightful. Okay. Third sign is Gemini, which is me if you go by Western astrology. By Real Sky, I think I'm a Taurus. That's cool. The third sign of the zodiac, a mutable air sign, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. The sign Gemini represents communication, public speaking, short trips, learning, childhood years, relationships to family, and intellectual development. And you'll get it when you see this. If you watch my Moonlit Fae thing, you will know that this is Baba Studios Alice Tarot in here. I know. Out of print. Desperate for it. People charging silly money, etc., etc. But, I think I actually bought this from Baba Studios. This is the one that came in the clamshell box. They made several other editions of it. If you go back in other people's YouTube libraries, you can see full walkthroughs of it. But this feels Gemini to me. It feels airy. It feels kind of intellectual as tarot goes. I don't know why whatever. And so, but also the whole childhood and family thing too. These things about the mouse's tail and the Jabberwocky and the walrus. I mean, it is a kind of a childhood family kind of a story, right? She's on the brink of womanhood and wanting to stay in her childlike imagination. And I just love it. That is the Alice Tarot by Baba Studios for Gemini. That Alice is that is definitely her, I can't even say that. It's one of her masterpieces, right? Okay, next sign, Cancer, the fourth sign of the zodiac. It is a cardinal water sign ruled by I might as well put this here because you saw it, right? It is a cardinal water sign ruled by the moon. This sign, Cancer, represents origin, home, environment, the facet of the soul which is developed in this lifetime, and emotional development. Cancers tend to be kind of watery, they're very, very kind, caring, loving people and gentle, in my experience. And that is what the Gentle Tarot is. Never has there been a more correctly named. And this is the pocket edition in the tin. This is by Mari in the Sky. I cannot wait to see you all unboxing your My Friend Fire oracles. I think it's absolutely thrilling that she's doing oracles. She did do the artwork for the Song of the Grandmothers, which I've been missing lately. It's still in Yakima with the rest of my collection. But the Gentle Tarot is well loved for good reason. This deck is kind of animal based. It's also kind of based in the northernmost parts of North America in Alaska. Mare is, I believe, Inuit. And has just created one of the new staples of the tarot world. But I chose it as my one deck for Cancer. Another one that's not a Moonlit Fae bag. What? You have decks not in Moonlit Fae bags? Yes, it's true. This is Leo. Let me find it in a book. Leo, the fifth sign of the zodiac, a fixed fire sign ruled by the sun. The sign Leo represents the exterior world, drama and entertainment, children, senior citizens, the determination and will of the individual, and leadership and development of aspiration and inspiration. And that's, I mean, there's no children. Well, I guess there is some children in here, but this is Tarot Avatara for Leo. Is that not? I mean, it's very Leo. This whole deck is so Leo. And I don't know if she was a Leo, but she probably had some serious Leo placements in her chart, because Frida Kahlo was definitely one of those bright, don't even try to stop her type of human beings who set the art world on its ear with her work. She gave no shits and did not stick to any she didn't stay in her place, right? As a young woman from Mexico, she was quite a beauty, who should have been married and stayed Catholic. She was a socialist. She spent all this time actually not married to the love of her life, who was also the painter. I always forget his name. She's so memorable to me, but he's not as much. And she never did have children, although she wanted them. But still, this deck feels to me, it's got all that fire, all that excitement, all that kind of lead the way, right? And it's Thoth-based, so you gotta love a Thoth-based color-coded deck. I do anyway. That's my Leo deck. Did I tell you the artist's name? That's Gabi Angus-West, who did the Tarot Avatara. And then there's this. I mean, it's obvious from the bag, but this is my Virgo deck. And in part because of a major Virgo in the world, who is Simon himself. And it is the sixth side of the zodiac. It's a mutable earth sign ruled by the planet Mercury. The sign Virgo indicates how the individual uses an analytical mind, gives service to others, health, and the way an individual works at his career. And to me, it's kind of a Simon deck, but also it's the career, the earthiness of it, the fact that people use it to study with. I mean, many books and teachers just go right ahead and give you the RWS. Go buy an RWS. Here's the RWS system. To me, tarot is tarot is tarot, but the RWS does scream tarot when you see these images. Arthur Waite and Pamela Goldensmith were part of the Golden Dawn, as was Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris. But these are the tarot decks that reached the larger public first. And so these are the ones that people think of as tarot, right? So that is, and this is an 80s plaid back, US Games yellow box. This just shuffles really well, has great cardstock, hollow. And that is my Virgo. All right, and this in part has to do with a person. This is the Libra, the seventh sign of the zodiac, a cardinal air sign ruled by the planet Venus. The sign Libra represents relationships with others and life itself, balance in all things, and intellectual development. Okay, so also the person who created this deck is a Libra and a lawyer. So this is the Spirit Keeper's Revelation. This is the first printing. And it is, to me, one of those decks that, well, it bridges between RWS and Thoth. So there's that. But also I believe that it's just a very balanced, very it is showing you cultures from everywhere. It's got aspects of every kind of tarot in it, really, if you think about it. Every kind of religion or gods, stories, and places from all over the world. This is, to me, very much a Libra deck. And, you know, the fact that the creator of it is a Libra and a lawyer makes it even more so. Last bunch. We don't have to look at every single card from every single one. It's just that every time I start to put it away, there's another good card behind it. So the Spirit Keeper's Revelation. This one lives in its box, so it doesn't have a bag yet. It will. I promise you it will. Let's see. What do we have here? Scorpio. The eighth sign of the zodiac, a fixed water sign ruled by the planet Pluto. The sign Scorpio represents creativity, inheritance, sexuality, arts, music, and emotional development. So this is, what's his name? Rodon. Odilon Rodon. And this is The Lonely Dreamer by Melissa Wotherspoon. This is the third and final edition. These are taken from, I believe the whole deck was taken from his catalog of art. But I think that he was probably kind of a meta guy because all this stuff could have been painted for the tarot. But this is really sensuous art. The lighting in my camera don't do it justice, but its colors are very sumptuous, and it is very kind of artsy and attractive. This is one that I actually don't use as much as many of my others, because it is one that I get lost in the artwork. I just think that this artist was something else. Very deep and very exciting, kind of lusty, right? And there are the little extra oracle cards are mixed in. I believe the curator of this deck did there's an oracle out there. I've seen it on my friend Coco's channel, Tarot Geek. The oracle, though, I believe is black and white and gold. Love to have that too, but can't have all the things. We cannot have all the things. Sometimes we have to be happy just looking at them on the YouTube. All right, so that is my Scorpio deck. All right, this one is not in the, I just put this in this bag too. Is not in the book because this is Ophiucus. And I made this Ophiucus because Ophiucus would be halfway between Scorpio and Sagittarius. That's where the sign lies in the sky. And so it would have some of the searching, learning, yearning of Sagittarius, but also some of that kind of sensual, healing attractiveness of Scorpio. And this is the only copy of this deck I have with me, even though I have like all the editions. This is the colored in edition of The Wild Unknown by Krans, colored by Anna Astral Lady. If you haven't seen her channel, do go check that out, because she is a different kind of tarot tuber and she's wonderful. I really enjoy her stuff. She is a dancer and a professional reader. And so when I had the opportunity to purchase this from her, I, of course, was thrilled. And this is my Ophiucus deck. Talk on it. The construction, right? Okay. Thought we were done with that, but I guess we're not. All right, so this is Sagittarius. The ninth side, again, we're back to Western, so Ophiucus was 8.5. The ninth sign of the zodiac, a mutable fire sign ruled by the planet Jupiter. The sign Sagittarius represents philosophies brought from past incarnations, which are to be developed in this incarnation. Foreign travel, higher education, sports, and the aspirational, inspirational development of an individual's life. Wow. Okay. Even though it is in an Aquarius bag by Moonlit Fae, I thought it was a good one as the one deck for Sagittarius because of that, the whole intellectual thing. And it is Tarot of the Spirit by Pamela Eakins, painted by her mother, Joyce Eakins. And this is just the most beautiful, deepest, to me, one of the more spiritual decks in existence. That's the extra card. Some people have said it's a Thoth. It isn't really a Thoth. Both this and Thoth are kind of Kabbalah based. Tarot of the Spirit is its own thing. Each of the minors was painted on a skeleton of the Kabbalistic tree of life. So there is some, you can get some of that out of these images, but the images themselves are very, very much alive. This artwork lives. It's super spiritual. And the deck, when you get to know it, reads incredibly well. Joyce Eakins has a YouTube channel here on YouTube that you can go to and learn more than you ever, than you thought your brain could contain, because that's the kind of educated human being she is. She just is, she's really pretty cool. And that is my Sagittarius deck. This one might be kind of a surprise. Maybe not. This is my Capricorn deck, the 10th sign of the zodiac. It is a cardinal earth sign ruled by the planet Saturn. The sign Capricorn represents practical application of knowledge, business, and crystallized consciousness that can be brought in from past incarnations that need to be restructured in this incarnation and development of physical expression. Whoa. Capricorns are generally thought of to be very kind of strict, down to business people, right? And I thought this kind of was perfect. This is Tarocchi by Mr. Friborg. And this is probably as close to a Marseille as I'm going to have in this bunch. But even though it really isn't Marseille, it is very much kind of pips with life. Despite the fact that all the people in these decks are Scully people. It's really beautiful. The color in this one. This one is the original edition, not the. I think the one he has now is the walk around edition or something like that. But just really beautiful color work here. The pips actually remind me a little bit of the Vachetta, which is an old Italian deck. If you're not aware of it, look it up. There's an edition by Il Meneghello that I have, again, back in Yakima. And it's kind of Feast of the Emperor style, right? So that is my Capricorn deck, Tarocchi by Mr. Friborg. All right, folks, we're coming around. This is my Aquarius deck. I have 2 siblings and a child that are Aquariuses. Aquarius is the 11th side of the zodiac. It is the fixed air sign ruled by the planet Uranus. Aquarius represents the expression of individuality, hopes and wishes, futuristic thinking, humanitarian pursuits, spiritual goals, and intellectual development. That is quite a mouthful. What a thing. These tend to be a kind of friendly, if not detached people. Now that I think about it, yeah, my brother's an Aquarius, my sister's an Aquarius, and my eldest son is an Aquarius. All right, and this is the Tiger Tarot. This is just, this one goes its own way. This is a different kind of creature. And not everyone can get along with it. But for me, this is so right up my street. The fact that she turned this suit into the suit of eyes, I love. All the tiger heads that show up out of nowhere. This is the only card. This is the thing that slowed me down. Was there's one card that's sideways, but it's the Knight of Cups. What do I care? How often do you get the Knight of Cups? Sometimes a bunch, but she added an extra couple of courts to it as well, which also doesn't bother me. It's a soothsayer, and then there's two kind of knighty types of cards. I love the artwork. I love the stretch. It stretches your brain. I love the things that she brings into it. The little bits and pieces of the collage are incredible. And the emotion of this deck is very, very Aquarius. And I can't stop and won't stop. I love the Tiger Tarot by Lori Feild, I believe. I think this is by Lori Feild. Hang on, where's my booklet? And I'll tell you. Kathy Emily, Lori Feild, yes. And she has a Instagram website. Then you can contact her. She's really good about sending this stuff. The box is not great, but I put it all in Moonlit Fae bags anyway, so. Last, but certainly not least, I just put this in this bag. I'm not sure if it's going to stay. It might stay. Because it's a weird bag, but I don't know. We shall see, they say, as they say. And this is Pisces, the 12th sign of the zodiac, a mutable water sign ruled by the planet Neptune. The sign indicates belief systems an individual is developing in this lifetime. Pisces represents spiritual organizations, soul groups, large companies, subconscious mind, dreams, and emotional development. So your Pisces friends are kind of the weirdos of the bunch, right? But I love me a Pisces. Love me a Pisces. OMG. Love Geminis. I don't know. Who am I kidding? And this is the first edition, the old Schiffer cardstock of the Marielle. Do I have this? Why? Mine has the edges all trimmed off. So that the images appear as Marie Waite had intended. This is how she intended for the deck to be printed, but when you print mass market, you get what they give you. If this hadn't already been in the pile for this video, this would have also been in my last video, which was my tarot journey through decks, because this one really switched up my head as far as tarot was concerned too. Is it the only one? Yeah, this is the only deck I've ever gotten, and had it sit on the shelf in the box wrapped for, I'd say, a year. Maybe not quite a year, but almost a year before I even tried. I tend to be just a jump right in and use it. But this one, the images are so kind of deep and weird and unusual that I was a little afraid of it. And you wouldn't think, but since then I've become very close to it. I've done a couple Marielle stories, one with our friend Chris over at Elemental Cartomancy. He did a really great job. I loved his Marielle study. I'm sure it's up on his YouTube channel. You should go check it out. And my other friend, I always forget the name of her channel because it's kind of a weird channel. I can't think of it right now, but Marielle. Sacred Seed did one too, Understanding the Marielle, which is great. It was probably because of Elle at Sacred Seed that I purchased this deck in the first place. And that is my Pisces deck. And that's the end of the video. And thank you for coming.
Everybody.